My name's Dartanian Sanders, and I graduated in 1992. I was involved in a bunch of stuff. Actually, I was a flight commander, which was the then Air Force ROTC, which was fun. I mean, it actually helped me get into college. When I was in college, I was also in ROTC as well. Football, basketball, I didn't do baseball because it conflicted with track. But I should have did that, but it happened. Student government board. I was almost president of student government board. I lost about 5 votes, but hey, who's counting? But it was a really good time back in '92. It was different. We had one of the different things that we had were borders, and you had a chance to meet different people from different countries because they came to learn English. Just the amount of friendships that I was able to get along with, the diversity here, it was very diverse. It helped me get ahead and actually be able to talk with different people outside my comfort zone. I mean, I'm from Covington, Louisiana, and it wasn't much diversity or much difference going on. It was either one side or the other. I mean, there wasn't much gray, and I learned a lot of gray, in society by coming here. So that was pretty much good. Football was real good. I mean, that was one of my hallmarks. I was all district and almost all state. They said they couldn't have 2, so it is what it is. I mean, when you have 1,000 yards and continuously after 2 seasons and over 20 touchdowns every year, then that's kind of different. Kind of different. Got to set a mark here. Plus, we were the first 10-0 team. Back on time when they didn't think we were that good of a team, we showed them something. It was an exciting time. One of the big things is, socio-economically, you're around certain students that you might have not been around in another situation. Like I was around some very wealthy families that went to St. Paul's. And it gave me a chance to look in the looking glass at other folks and how they live and how they act and how they do business. And because it's all about relationships in business and life and what you do. If you don't make good relationships, you're going to be struggling in anything you do. There's a saying, either you're going to get networked, or you're going to network, or you're going to look for work. So if you don't network, you're going to be looking for work because it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. I went to Purdue, but I had offers from Princeton. And I'm like, hold on, I'm having offers from Princeton. I'm sitting here in Covington, Louisiana, having offers for Princeton, Yale, Dartmouth. They all came to our college night and said, hey, we'd like for you to come to Princeton. I didn't know where Princeton even was. Matter of fact, I didn't even know where Purdue was. But just the fact of being that exposure, I knew about Southern Grambling, LSU, Tulane. They come to this school to, look for our caliber of students that come to St. Paul's. I'm a financial, actually what I'm called a business consultant, a financial business consultant. What I do is I raise capital for companies, and I also do business consulting for nonprofits. That's why I help them raise money and I help them get out of IRS issues or different things. I also was the former chapter chair for SCORE for 7 Parish region. Basically to say I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in business since I was for 20 years, and I can honestly say I learned a lot of the skills from entrepreneurism at St. Paul's. And they'll say, well, didn't you go to all these entrepreneur classes? No, it's the associations on looking at some of the kids and some of their dads and some of their parents, stuff like that, where I probably was not associated with. I can see, okay, you know what? I need to figure out, what does he do? What do they do? Or our family's been in business for 100 years. My family's been in business never, So how does that work? How do I get into that space? And I was able to learn a lot of those things as well from St. Paul's. Well, here's the advice I would give to an African-American young man that comes to St. Paul. And that's funny because I'm saying a young man like I'm old now, but yeah, to y'all I'm old. But get outside yourself. There are gonna be some tough times. There are gonna be some interesting people that you deal with. It's just the sociological issues that you get along with every single day. This country is divided by far. It's been divided for years. And the biggest thing coming here is to learn cultures. And I'll just say this, most racism, and I tell this to anybody, is because of a lack of understanding of the person who they really are. It's because of a facade that most people see you, but they see stereotypes about you. But when they get to know you, the person, then you become, hold on, you're not what I thought you were. And get the associations. Use the St. Paul's name. The St. Paul's name is old and it's known, and people know this school. And it's about, as I said, it's about who you associate. My dad used to say this, associations brings upon assimilations. So who you associate with will help you out a lot. Not lose yourself or your culture, but just who you associate with. Once you get that St. Paul's diploma, it is power. And you don't really notice that until you leave and you start seeing. I was at an event. I went to this place called the Deutsch House. This was up in New Orleans. And I'm sitting there and I was bringing a political candidate that was one of my clients. And I was talking to her and I said, we need to get around and meet these people. So we're in this and we're the only people of color in the whole place. So where did you go to school? I went to St. Paul's School. He said, I did too. I said, what year did you graduate? I said, 92. He said, I was in 75. And so we just started talking about Mr. Mouton and all the different people like that. We talked for 2 hours. Didn't even know the man, but because of St. Paul's, we talked for 2 hours, and that association got me into working with those people at that house. So that is key. Don't look at your situation now. Look at what it's going to bring you when you leave here. That's the key.